So Justin Gaethje just knocked out Dustin Poirier in the second round by a vicious head kick flatline KO. And I said that Justin Gaethje was going to win this fight as an underdog in the second round by KO. But even I couldn't predict that he was going to do it with a head kick so nastily. There's something about Salt Lake City because Roman Kopylov had another one of these head kicks as well. Leon Edwards does it to Usman, and now Gaethje does it to Poirier. Absolutely crazy head kick KO. I thought Gaethje was going to do it with a hook. And to be fair to Justin Gaethje, he was doing really, really good in that fight. He had a ton of success in the first round. And outside of one shot from Poirier looking like it wobbled him a little bit, and another shot from Poirier causing a cut on his eye that seemed to bother his eye a little bit as well, Gaethje was landing the better shots in round 2. Like, he outlanded Poirier 33-27 in round 1 and was landing the better shots across the board. However, Poirier landed the best shot of the first round. So it was a bit of a weird one in round 1, but I guess because of the reaction of Gaethje to one of those Poirier shots, you kind of have to lean Poirier. But at the same time, I feel like Gaethje was landing some really good shots. One thing that was very important for him was him landing those leg kicks as well on the back foot. I told you, Gaethje on the back foot is a way more dangerous man than Gaethje on the front foot the whole time. He's a lot more easier to hit on the front foot, but on the back foot, he's got things that he can mix in, level changes that he can fake as well, and he was landing some really good leg kicks. He was going to the body quite a bit as well, sometimes over lunging, but he was mixing it up to the head as well, stepping through with one shot, landing to the head with the other one, and in round 2, he landed 8-0 on Dustin Poirier, eventually finishing with that head kick because Poirier does that thing. And this is why I was picking Gaethje to win by hook KO. Because I said Poirier has gotten away, like certain fighters, they don't get rocked in so long. They don't get knocked out in so long. They almost forget that it's a possibility in a fight. Now, I'm not saying that Dustin Poirier had no thought in his mind that he could possibly get KO'd in this fight. But being rocked in fights sometimes, like Gaethje has been, and being dropped by Oliveira like Gaethje was, it gives you time to think, you know what, maybe my strike and defense could be a little bit better. Maybe I need to work on things defensively. And you saw that with Gaethje, moving well, head movement, dipping, moving out the way. And then Poirier tried his little shoulder roll move where he lifts his hand up and turns to the side, and Gaethje timed him with a beautiful head kick behind his right hand. One thing that's really annoying me is this, and I don't know if this is annoying anyone else either, but I said it during my stream. Leon Edwards was not the first guy to throw that combo, nor was he the only guy to throw that combo. He's just one of the more recent guys to do it. That has been done since the start of MMA and kickboxing history. Throw the shot and then follow up with a kick behind it. Crow Cop used to do it. Cerrone's done it throughout his career. There are so many fighters that used to do that non-stop. Throw the punch, head kick behind it. And every time it happens now, it's like, it's the Leon Edwards combo. No, dude. If anyone did it in MMA to start it, it's the Crow Cop combo, because he did that stuff as well. Either way, now I'm done with that little rant. Amazing win from Justin Gaethje. Looked great in the first round. Outside of getting punched in the eye, which I think is the main reason why he might have got stumbled off balance or wobbled a bit by the follow-up shot. He got tagged right with a straight right hand, and I said it straight away. All that landed in his eye, and you could see him sort of touching at it, and Poirier gave him a little bit of acknowledgement, like, yeah, that landed right in your eye, and you're feeling that. So his eye was kind of dodgy in the fight, but then he landed the head kick, and it was a spectacular win. Absolutely amazing. I'm clean sweeping these main events, guys. In the last, I hate to brag, but people trash me so hard when I'm wrong. In the last 17 main events, I am 15-2, I believe, is the stat. You know what I mean? I started off the year really, really bad. But I ended up picking Edwards to beat Usman by decision, Sandhagen to school Vera, Adesanya beat Pereira. I was wrong there, but I got Holloway, I got Pavlovich as an underdog, Song as an underdog, Sterling as an underdog, Almeida, Dern, Cara France got robbed and I picked him, so I would have been, 16-1. I got Nunes, of course, Cannonier, I got schooling Vittori, Topuria over Emmett, Strickland over Magomedov, Volk over Rodriguez, Bueno got home, but I got Aspinall, and now Gaethje is an underdog as well, so I'm clean in these main events, and I got it by second round KO. I didn't think it was going to be a head kick. I don't think anyone did, but maybe, just maybe, there was some influence in the training camp of Justin Gaethje because of Usman having it done to him. You know, in the build-up to Usman versus Edwards 3, they studied that head kick so much in their training camp at Team Elevation. They must have done, right? Edwards head kick KOs Usman. He trains with Justin Gaethje. Trevor Whitman, as a coach of Justin Gaethje, must have been studying that Edwards head kick combo for the third fight with Usman and Edwards. Over and over and over again, drilling it. How do we defend against this? And maybe Gaethje was the one trying it on Usman to get him used to it in training camp. Now, I'm not saying that Gaethje's the best head kicker, and maybe there were other guys, but Usman and Gaethje are training partners. So in the build-up to Usman versus Edwards 3, I bet you Whitman was saying stuff like, Gaethje, this time in this round, I want you to start mixing in that head kick combo, get Usman used to it. And now it's all paid off. I feel like that might have been, maybe I'm onto something there. Maybe Trevor Whitman actually did design that for Gaethje, or just had him doing it so much in camp that naturally it came out in the fight, because he was chopping the leg so much, and immediately you could see Poirier starting to get a bit annoyed by it. I think I counted 9 leg kicks from Justin Gaethje. I'm going to check right now how many there were. 11. Not 9, 11. Risky 2 numbers. 11 out of 11 leg kicks landed from Gaethje. Some of them with the foot, though. I'm talking like real solid landed leg kicks. Gaethje was finding an angle, winning the outside foot position thing, because Poirier throws so much with his lead hand. Because I don't even know if this is confirmed yet, but I'm almost convinced that Poirier fights with his power hand forward like Tony Ferguson does, which is why he's got so much power in that lead hand. I think it might be. He throws his lead hand so much, it's almost like he has to plant it to throw that lead hand. And Gaethje moves around nowadays on the outside so much laterally, like Arnold Allen a bit more with his footwork. So he was always getting outside foot position. And whenever he did, he just chopped that lead leg on Dustin Poirier. And he also went for the head kick a few times. If I'm not mistaken, I maybe have to go back and watch. He went for the head kick a few times in round 3. In round 2 and 1. He threw it like 2 times in the fight. At one point in round 1, it landed around the guard of Poirier, and Poirier acknowledged it. So maybe it was something that they were looking for in this fight to implement on Dustin Poirier, or maybe it's just something in the air in Salt Lake City, because that was an amazing win from Gaethje. He's a completely new fighter. I reckon he's going to get a title shot next. Why, do you ask? I know Conor McGregor's been tweeting at him. However, Ali Abdelaziz and Justin Gaethje, if you know, you know, are never, no matter how much money the UFC offers, are never going to let Conor McGregor get a shot as a title elimination bout for a BMF belt. Out of spite. Even if, I know McGregor doesn't deserve it anyway, so maybe it's just out of that, but I know on top of the legitimacy reasons and the credential reasons, they're not going to give McGregor that shot up the rankings. They're going to take their title shot, and you know why? Guess who's also managed by Ali Abdelaziz? Islam Makhachev. Guess who also kind of needs new opponents right now because they're already doing the Oliveira rematch? Islam Makhachev. So guess who's going to be fighting Islam Makhachev in February in a pay-per-view event near you? Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev. And I think this new style of Gaethje has got a solid chance because he's a lot more patient. When he's on the front foot, look at the combo Gaethje was throwing. Throwing in, stepping through, left hook behind it. Throwing in, stepping through, right hook behind it. What did Volk tag Makhachev with in round 1? A step through, left hook, right on Makhachev's chin, had him stumbling backwards. Gaethje does have a decent shot against Makhachev. Would I pick him to win? No. The takedown threat changes the game. It always has done and always will. And that's just a sad part of MMA for these strikers that think they can do what they can do. But I will say I think he has a better chance of beating Makhachev than Poirier does. I think he's got more power. He's better off his back foot in terms of power. And he mixes up the kicks to the legs a lot better as well. So he can implement some kind of investment strategy on Makhachev. And he does have better takedown defense than Poirier, notoriously. So I'm going to have to go with I'm not going to go with Gaethje beating Makhachev. I'm going to have to go with Makhachev beating Gaethje. But it is a huge fight. A more interesting fight competition-wise than Makhachev versus Poirier, I would say. Just because whenever we've seen Poirier hit the ground, it seems to be over for him. Same with Gaethje, but it seems to be tougher to get Gaethje to the ground. And really impressive performance from Gaethje, man. Round 1, he looked really good. If you take away the one shot that Poirier landed, where Gaethje sort of stumbled back a bit, he was actually kind of piecing up Poirier in that round, landing all of the better shots, getting tagged himself, but taking them well. Landing good shots on Poirier, and it's that thing that Poirier does, and I wish I would have called it for a head kick. I was calling it for a hook. It's that thing that Poirier does where he rolls out of shots. He did it against Dan Hooker a bunch. He's done it in all his recent fights. He did it against Holloway a bunch. He did it against Conor McGregor a bunch. I was saying that Gaethje's going to land a right hook behind the ear because of it, or a right hook as Poirier circles into it because of it. But I didn't expect a head kick from Gaethje. It even looked weird to see Gaethje throw a head kick. Like, it was like, ugh. Almost looked wrong. Something else I need to mention, though. Poirier's game plan. He was throwing body kicks to land as a knee to the face. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Maybe I have. But normally when I see a knee land to the face that's supposed to be a kick with a shin, it's like an accident. Almost like Aljo dips in as Moraes goes for the head kick and the knee lands on their head. That's the most memorable scenario I can think of where that has happened. But when we saw with Gaethje, because he was ducking down so much, Poirier was throwing like a round kick straight up the middle, like a body kick or a head kick. And he was throwing it like limp with the leg. And it was almost just like, this is a kick with a shin. Oh no, it's not. It's a knee up the middle. And he almost caught Gaethje a few times with that knee up the middle as well. So that was definitely something Poirier was going for. Definitely something that he read in the game of Gaethje. And someone in my chat told me that they were even saying in the corner in round 2 that, what's it called? Poirier's coaches were telling him to go for that knee up the middle. And I was thinking that as well. I said it in the middle of the fight just before the finish. Like, Poirier should be looking here for uppercuts and knees up the middle because Gaethje's just dipping all the time on the inside. But wow, didn't expect it. Although I called second round KO, I did not expect a head kick from Gaethje in Salt Lake City. But I'm telling you, man, there's something in the air in that city. So I think him versus Makhachev could be next. McGregor's not going to get that fight, even though he's calling out Gaethje right now. Maybe the UFC will pay $5 million to Gaethje and just give him life-changing money to take it, because you know they want McGregor on a BMF belt fight. It's the only way McGregor can really headline a card without a title on the line, an official title. But I reckon Gaethje will turn it down out of spite, and so will Ali Abdelaziz. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. For Poirier, maybe the McGregor fight could be next in December. It is July, so he might have a quick turnaround and take that quadrilogy and call it unfinished business and sell the fact that McGregor's trying to get his comeback against Poirier, and now they're both coming off losses, so it would make even more sense, even though I think if Poirier won, they would have done the McGregor quadrilogy anyway. But yeah, really interesting to see what happens next. Arguably, for the sake of the lightweight division, Poirier should get dealt the winner of Gamrot versus Fiziev. You know what I mean? I don't care if he trains with Gamrot. I think it's about time. If Poirier's going to continue, which I don't think he needs to do, I think it's high time we give Poirier an actual tough matchup of an up-and-comer, rather than just him versus Gaethje again, him versus Chandler, him versus Oliveira, or he's coming off a loss. Let's give him another top contender. I think it's about time we at least give him someone who's going to be an up-and-comer here. The winner of Gaethje versus Fiziev. The winner of Fiziev versus Gamrot is the one that sticks out to me in those rankings right now. He's going to be ranked number 3 in the division, so we'll see what happens next, but sucks for Poirier, man. I like him, and he just lost, so it's tough. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Toodle pip, I'll see you later. Goodbye.